Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Empowering Voices. Today, I'm wearing a special scarf. Many of you know this one. It says Unapologetically Me. And this is the special start for our guest today. Welcome, Yvette. Welcome with us. And please tell us about you and what you do.
Hello, Mara. How are you? First of all, thank you so much for having me on this inspiring podcast. I'm looking forward to delving in. I am Yvette Bodden, the author and founder of Awakened Woman, a platform designed to inspire, empower, and encourage women to become their best self. And I do that through sharing stories and essays about myself and about other women.
Yeah, the power of storytelling. I'm a big supporter of that. And because I play a lot with words, it's super interesting what you are saying. You are actually also, you write a lot, thousands of articles and blogs and everything, but you are also a published author. And your book is A Journey to Becoming the Best Self. Why this title? What do you want to tell us?
You know, I always say this in interviews. I feel that the book wrote me. I went through a very painful divorce, which triggered a depression. And it was a very lonely time. And despite the fact that I had all this support around me of friends and family, it was a journey that I had to take on my
On
own
your own.
to
Yeah.
healing. And as I was going through this journey, I felt that there had to be other women who were going through something similar, whether it was a heartbreak or, a loss of some kind. And I wanted to share my story to inspire others because it's really a lonely time. And when you feel that there are others going through the same thing, it inspires you. It really does encourage you to um to have the strength and the resilience to keep going.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think the feeling of loneliness is very strong. And to know that someone else was there and did that tells you that you can make it, at least. Of course, it takes time and it's a process. So, but you can be soon on the other side.
And it's different for everyone, isn't it?
Exactly. So that's why when you were saying you had the support from your family and friends, that's amazing, of course. It's love and you feel understood, but till a certain point. Support that you can have from other people, but of course, it's not the same thing as the support from the stories of other people who have been where you have been. And it's exactly what you do with your platform, because telling story, it's a way to support others, definitely. That second, when you say, oh my gosh, me too, you are so relieved and you know that there's an explanation, a solution, or help out there. Um,
And it gives you hope.
yeah,
It
exactly.
that connection that you have with the story, with the person, it does really offer hope.
Yeah, exactly. And you also interview people, so you've met for sure a lot of other women. And how do you find this? Because, of course, fun enough, we do things, similar things, of course, from a different perspective and in different parts of the world. By the way, Yvette is at the moment in New York and I'm in London, and that is amazing.
I
Thank
know.
God for technology. And so when you meet these women, what do you feel? Are they always open to talk about their story? Are they a bit shy, or what do you feel?
I must say that I've been very lucky because the conversations that have taken place have been very honest and open, and I appreciate that because it's really difficult to share our vulnerability. But I I have had some really difficult conversation with some of these women, and Um, there's one particular story that I remember brought me to tears because the woman was so open and raw with her story, and it was a beautiful moment. So I've been lucky. I've been lucky that the women have shared their truth with me.
Yeah, I totally understand you. I've been crying online more than once during interviews, actually. And this takes me to ask you your story, a special moment that you could tell us that changed everything. One of these moments, a breakthrough
Oh,
or a happening that took you to take some decision, major decision.
I know exactly what that is. The moment that I understood my self-worth, that I realized that I mattered, um, it completely changed my life. I think self-love and self-worth is life-changing. And the special thing about it is once you realize your worth, you can't go back.
Yeah,
So you can't um, accept less than you deserve because you know what you deserve.
yeah.
So I think getting to that point, that realization of self-love has changed my life.
Yeah. And do you remember any specific episode, or do you think it's more been a journey and then you realized your worth?
I think it's been more of a journey. And it doesn't stop because I think as human beings, we're so, we're creatures of habit. So
Mhm.
it's easy to go back to, a behavior if I don't check myself often. So I don't think it's just, one moment. I think it's just a journey. And I have to continue, reminding myself and doing things for myself um, that go in line with that self-worth. So I definitely think it's more of a journey. Um, but I would say writing this book and telling my truth um, has definitely been um, it's a wake-up call because it showed me that my story is valuable. My story is important. Um, so I would say my book has
Has
just
triggered,
finishing
yeah.
that book, yeah, and getting it published, it was life changing because I felt that wow, I can do this. I can tell my story and um, still feel value in what I bring to the table.
Yeah, sometimes it's very difficult to know, because as you said, as human beings, we are people of a habit, so
Right.
we keep going on the same mistakes sometimes of not giving not choosing not giving us value and not being our priority, and that
Right.
mistakes can be repeated forever. But there need to be a little trigger, because it's like I mean, like the name of your website and platform, it's a like we wake up, it's an awakening to the truth, because it's always been there. Everything we realize is always been there. We didn't change from one day to the other, but it's such a, you feel like lift off a weight of your shoulders, and feel finally empowered. But when I use the word empowered, many people think in an aggressive way. That's
Yeah.
nothing to do. It's more realize the power that every one of us has. I call it magic. I like to call it magic and
I
be
like that.
my childhood, but this word is very scary for the adults most of the time. So power is more is closer to our reality, and it's as you said, there's no coming back. The second you open your eyes, is there in front of you. So either
Right.
you embrace it and enjoy it, actually, or just you can go back to all the habits, but it's like digging a hole, to be honest. And
And
it's
I
not worth
and
it.
I absolutely, it's definitely digging yourself a hole. But I also think that once you find that place of self-love and self-worth, that awakening, um, I think even because I'm guilty of it, even when you sort of take a step back into that, those old shoes, that those old habits, you don't feel comfortable there. You
Yeah,
know that
that you
you
don't
have
belong there. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, of course, the storytelling is a big help for people to start the awakening journey, because, yeah, I also believe it's a journey. It's not something happening. If you think that there was, of course, an episode happening, it's just being brewing there, waiting to happen. And any not suggestion, but anything you want to tell our listener to embrace this power, how to awake this power, if there's a trick or a little guidance.
I think one of the major things that I've had to do, and it's so hard, it's to embrace the pain. There's no growth. You can't have growth without pain. I call them growing pains. But these dips that we have in life, these are the moments that provide us with the greatest growth. So I would say, during a time of pain, allow yourself to feel the pain, to learn from it. I think for obvious reasons, we tend to turn away or run away or try to escape it. But the truth is that you can't get through it without literally going through it. You have to walk through it.
Totally.
So I would have to say that embracing that pain is absolutely important. And part of that pain is facing your truth. And that's hard. That's really hard for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. And growth is pain, but if you want to be on the other side, you have to go through it. And I like to say that in life, we don't have success and failure, but we have success and learnings. So that growing pain is exactly that journey where we learn to be on the other side and be a better one for ourselves, first of all, of course, without
Absolutely.
considering the rest. I normally ask my guests if there is a word or a quote that can support a bit your why, your professional life, or your personal life. Do you have one?
I can think of a million quotes. Of course, I can't think of any right now that are appropriate. But there are two words that are so powerful, and I'm learning how to use those words in a way that is healing for me and it's helpful. But the words "you are" to me have lately been just very impactful for me. I try to remind myself, I think one of the things that we don't do enough of is be kind to ourselves.
Definitely.
We show patience and kindness for other people, but I think we have to start with ourselves. And the words when you look in the mirror, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are
Yeah.
powerful. I think you are is something we should do more of in the mirror, to
I'm
remind ourselves
totally
of.
agree. Totally agree.
Yeah,
Definitely. If we don't have our cup full, how can we give to others? It becomes definitely otherwise a resentment and frustration. I totally support the you are, and we should you start like a habit every morning. Look at the mirror and start saying kind things to yourself.
yeah.
So thank you very much, Yvette, for being here. It was a real pleasure, a big honor. And I remind everyone, all the details of Yvette and her business are in the post, in my bio, everywhere. You know, guys, you cannot miss it. Thanks again, and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.